See how rusty this is?
Typical with Foxbodies, right?
Alright guys, virtually it's a few days later after removing the front bumper. So what we're going to do now is we're going to remove the front fenders. And then we should be good to start removing the wiring and then probably mock up the Volvo power steering pump bracket as well. So we'll do that at a later date. I'm just kind of taking my time, to be sure that things are done correctly. I'm going to pull off this side skirt here so we can see exactly what's underneath. I really hate these screwed up pinch wheels. Another thing on my list. It's a lot of screws. So in theory, all we should have to do, because there's these metal railings that are riveted to the car, that actually it sets in a channel. So all you have to do is just pop it up and pop it off. As you guys know, this is typical with Foxbodies, right? There we go. Whew. Side skirt's off. Let's take a look. All right, so what do you guys think? I mean, it's dirty, obviously. The hold downs that are riveted on, obviously a little rusty. Like I said, the hold down where it's riveted is rusty, but outside of that, I mean, the body looks good. Rocker panel looks good as well. I don't think they ever paint the hold downs, but below that is painted. It's just really dirty. But if I take it and I clean it really good, you'll be able to see that it's actually painted there as well underneath the skirt. So you can see that matches the paint up top here as well. But definitely there's no rust except for on the hold down. So I can probably just go ahead and just go from there, replace the hold downs all along the rocker as well, so there's no rust at all, and then we'll be good. So Ford Matt says, my thoughts, it's possibly a low mile Fox, even though it's dirty. It's really clean looking behind it. Yeah, I agree, man. I agree totally. When I look at the frame rails in the engine bay, you can tell that it's never been hit. Frame rails aren't bent. There's really no rust inside there at all, and even on the shock towers. And underneath the car, someone, when they jacked it up, they bent the pinch wheel.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
So it caused the passenger side fender to kind of bow out. I'm sure you guys are familiar with that. And so I'll be straightening out the pinch welds. But outside of that, underneath the car, there's never been any undercoating put on it, and there's no rust either. So with these fenders, there's this bolt here behind the door. There's one below, and then there's some across the top here, and then there's one in the front with a bracket that needs to be removed. So I can't reach the bolt because the pinch weld is bent. So I'm going to grab my duck bill vice grips. It enables you to grab like that much of the pinch weld to be able to bend it and straighten it out. So that's my plan. See if I can't straighten it out enough to get the bolt out. Not bad. Especially right here, it's really bent up. I don't know if you noticed now, but the bowing in the fender is starting to go out, so that's good. You see what happens is this gets bent up and it slides this up, making this fender bow out. This right here, I don't know if you can see it or not, but this was completely flat up against here, But using these duck-bill vice grips, I was able to get it straight again. So we're gonna keep tweaking it until I can reach this bolt to take it out. I come out to get a screwdriver to get this part here. And I'll still say, if you don't know how to jack up a Mustang, then don't jack them up. Find somebody else to do it for you, because you're gonna screw something up.
Yes, exactly.
So I take something and hammer it to where it goes flat. I'll be able to straighten this lip out more to get this fender down more. But we'll worry about that when we put the fenders back on the car. So you see that? How that's flat now? So that's how it's supposed to set basically, and not bowed out like that. Okay, now you got the screws across the top and the bracket in the front. And then this fender should come off. Alright, so now I'm removing the upper retaining screws. There's 3 of them. And by the way, these that you see on here on the top, they're from Fiddle Fart. You guys should really check them out, because man, Tom makes a lot of great products, man, for Foxbodies. So if you check him out, and you know, he's a really quality guy. So, you know, send him a direct message if you have any questions about any of his products. He'll answer you right away. Once again, there's virtually no rust. That's just dirt. A little bit of surface rust here, but nothing major. Definitely straight now. At least as straight as it's gonna get, you know what I mean? But yeah, finish it going and set the correct way now. Like here's some rust here. It's surface rust, not through. So we'll definitely be touching all this up in these areas. Put some rust killer on it and put some paint over it. Like I said, just a little surface rust here and there, which is typical. Nothing major, but we'll work all that out as we take our time to rebuild it. I mean, I'll figure it out eventually, but if someone knows what this is, chime in the comments and this. It's really tough. So the door won't open up all the way. Can't really see what I'm doing. So what do you guys think? You guys think I should delete the wiper motor? I think there's a way to keep the linkage inside so these can stay, you know, because it'll leave holes if you take the linkage out. But I was thinking about deleting the wiper motor because I doubt highly that I'll ever drive it in the rain. But I guess you just never know if it's going to rain or not. But I was wondering what you guys thought. So if I take the car to Motor City, who knows, it might rain. I don't know. But I was thinking about deleting the wiper motor. So let me know in the comments what you guys think. Because Fiddle Fart actually sells a wiper motor delete plate that fits over that right here. I'm eventually going to get like Maker's pinch welt covers and put over these as well, but I mean, you guys know me, it's hard being a perfectionist, you know, so get them straight as possible so that even the ground effect side skirt will actually fit on better, because it was kind of bowed a little bit. So if you can get these as straight as possible, even your side skirt, when you put it back on, it's actually going to fit better. I'm going to go through and kind of straighten this out a little more all along here at a later date, not today. Oh yeah, this is the cruise control right here. But on this side, man, there's really no surface rust at all. And there's a little bit on this cruise control bracket. That's probably because of what it's made of. But as you can tell, there's no undercoating. The underneath the car looks the same as this. Never been a coating on it at all, which I'm glad of. At any rate, there we go. Fenders are off, and we survived to be able to work another day. And always remember, if you're gonna jack up your car, your Foxbody, especially, don't do it from the pinch welds. As you guys saw, they were bent up pretty bad, but I got them as straight as they're gonna get. So I'll probably wind up getting some pinch weld covers and put on there as well. So, all right, well, got the bumper off, got the side skirts off, got the fenders off. Everything is tucked away beautifully and hung out of the way. No more damage can happen to them unless we're just absolutely clumsy. All right, guys, so now the fender's off and the side skirts. And so now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use this drill bit and going to take off the rusty old retainers that hold the side skirts on. Those always rust out. So I'm gonna drill the rivets out and then just go ahead and take those off. You can buy replacements at LMR. So I'm not sponsored by them, by the way, nor is that a pitch. That's just where you can buy. Anyway, you wanna get a drill bit that's a little bit bigger or slightly smaller than the head of the rivet. Because when you drill, you want to be careful and don't go all the way through into the body of your car. You just want to drill in far enough to actually break the head of the rivet off. And then it should be able to come off. And then you can get a smaller drill bit to drill out the hole to take out what's left over. So let's get started. You notice I'm not putting very much pressure at all on here because I don't want to go all the way through. You see how rusty this is? Literally, it's almost been eaten off by the rust. You can barely even see this rivet. It's so bad. So you want to use a drill bit that's just big enough to do that. And it doesn't take a lot of pressure. It just takes a little bit of time. This leftover rust here just needs to be cleaned off. I believe it's just surface rust. Take a Scotch-Brite pad, scuff that off, should be fine. So I'm kind of glad we took the side skirts off because as you can tell, the rust had already eaten this up. This one's bad too. So this one has no signs of rust. So I'm leaving that on. I'm only taking the ones off that are rusty. You know, it hasn't rotted out the fender or anything like that. So that's glad we caught it. So guys, if you look here, this is a partial VIN number tagged onto this, and it's on the other side as well. So it goes to show you that these have never been replaced. I think that's really neat, at least it is to me. What I'm doing here is I'm drilling out the leftover rivet. So when I put the new rivets in, then obviously it'll fit the hole. I found a drill bit, a metal drill bit, that's about the same size as the hole. See? So that way I can just drill that rivet out, clean the hole out, you know? So all we'll do is, so there's no bare metal, all this is gonna be covered anyway. So when we paint the engine bay, obviously I'm gonna clean off this surface rust that's kind of from the hole down that was on here. So that should just wipe off basically with right cleaner. And then because we drilled this out, it's bare metal. And so what I'm gonna do is once we paint the engine bay and stuff and then coat that area, what I'll do is I'll either paint this area or I'll coat it with the same stuff I'm gonna coat the inside of the fender well with. I'll just coat it with the same stuff since it's gonna be covered. And it'll at least protect it from any type of rust in the future. You know, not that the car is gonna be driven in the rain, but you know, just in case, right? Can never be too safe against rust. is the driver's side. It's a little rusty up here, but overall, it's not bad. And I don't know why it's so different. That's weird. Well guys, that's a wrap. We got the front bumper off, we got the fenders off, and I'm kind of glad we did that because as you can tell, the side skirt brackets are all rusted out. However, that did not transfer onto the rocker panels or anything, or the fenders. It's all surface rust, still on top of the paint. So cleaner just wiped that right off. And I want to let you guys know that there's other ways to support the channel as well. Like, for instance, there's spaces in between. There's merch, which I'm wearing all the time. And there's also memberships now. So however you can support the channel is greatly appreciated. It'll help us to keep getting content out in a timely manner. And if you can't do it monetarily, then hey, you can always keep commenting, liking, and subscribe to the channel because we take each comment from you guys very seriously. As you notice, I answer every comment, and that is because I take it seriously. Any suggestions you guys have that I may not have experienced myself is always weighed and it's always used. So I want you guys to have a great day, and we'll talk to you later.